I think I would say my biggest challenge is being a mom with mental illness, struggling to do everything that normal parents do. I worry about losing my children to social services every single day of my life. I worry that because I didn't do this like the other moms do, they're gonna see me unfit. I suffer from ADD, ADHD, auditory processing disorder, Tourette syndrome, BPD, borderline personality disorder, and a few other things that I cannot pronounce. North Carolina Families United and Youth Move have been the biggest help to me in my everyday life. North Carolina Families United helps me be a better person, gives me opportunities to help other people like me, to get my story out there, and when I desperately need something, they find the resources to make sure that I have it.
When you have a true working state and local collaborative where families, agencies, and the community members come together, and youth, of course, come together, we really have a good working process. There's a lot more to keep on going to get this going and make it perfect. But system of care, that's the values and principles of what makes families and children and youth successful.
Juvenile justice, child welfare, behavioral health, the school system, etc. We all have our policies that drive us, and then there are the funding streams and the barriers that can come up with the funding streams. And if you can get people in a room to sort of talk out what some of the issues are, and again, that's the magic of kind of getting people together in system of care. If you can make that happen, people can sort of bring those systems in greater alignment, and the experience for kids and their family won't be so bumpy.
The families need to lead the process because they're the ones who understand the challenges and the barriers. They're the one that understands truly what stigmatizes them. There are all kinds of ideals about how to serve families, but if the specific voice of the parent and the youth is not there, then there's going to be a piece that's missing.
Why is the fact that I have a mental illness be responsible for me not having a certain kind of happiness? I have always wanted to be a mother, and just because I have mental illness does not mean that I shouldn't be a parent. There's a stigma that says that, well, because you have a mental illness, you just definitely just don't function in society. And that is what all of us with mental illness and the people who advocate for us are trying to stop, is that particular stigma that says because you have a mental illness, you can't function in society. With training and with help, we definitely can.
If my mental health was fully intact, I know for a fact that I wouldn't have been in prison for a nonviolent crime for my first offense. But albeit that I was, the transition was made smoother due to my connections to Youth Move and the support system that it provided me, empowering me, giving me a stage and a platform to advocate for others like me, and giving me and equipping me with skills and life skills and leadership skills that I needed to advocate and to move forward and progress in life.
My best hope for system of care is that it continues, and that maybe in communities where it's flourishing, that can be replicated in other communities that need to build it up a little bit to show how everyone works together. There's often a term of, in mental health, everybody's very siloed. You're only concerned with what your service definition is, and you kind of don't reach out. Well, system of care breaks that down. We're all sitting at the table just trying to figure out what's in the best interest of this child.
Think about how much money they could save by keeping children and families together versus separating them, and how much better families would be able to support their children with things like the innovation waiver, for example. There's money that's available to take care of these children to keep them from being institutionalized. If it was more money put into the system to keep families together versus separating them, it would be we'd live in a better world.